Welcome to Lisbon and the ITU's World Telecommunications Policy Forum. It's a chance for politicians, regulators, anyone with an interest in telecommunications to come here and try and navigate a route for the next few years. The ICT sector has been less vulnerable to the financial tsunami which has wiped billions off the world economy. That's because the telecom sector has had its own dot-com crash a few years ago. Recently, telecoms have been more cautious than most, which is just as well, because many people here are saying it's communications in rich and poor countries which could bring us out of this crisis.
This sector is going to be the driver for this crisis. It's a sector that has not been immune, but it has not been affected as many other sectors have. What are we going to take out of this crisis? What is new? What is different? How do we see the world different after this? And we are going to see it different after this. And precisely this is the sector to bring the world, to see the world different, because it's the sector that has been driving the world through all the technology revolution and everything that we do. It's a sector that goes throughout social, economic, political life throughout the countries, the communities.
To cope with increasing data demands, telecoms are currently putting their weight behind next generation networks, or NGNs. If you think that telecommunications are currently squeezed down a thin wire, then NGNs gush TV, broadband data down pipes. Now, putting this and ICTs in place takes know-how and money. Is why the talk here has been of a digital Marshall Plan, the aim of which is to bring high-speed broadband to every corner of the planet.
Infrastructure is not just about bricks and roads. Every time I hear the word shovel-ready infrastructure, I get a headache. That was the infrastructure for the old industrial economy, but we're now moving to a new networked knowledge economy. Why don't we have, led by the EU and the United States, and I'm going to call in a press conference afterwards on this, to President Obama to provide leadership on this, the creation of a digital Marshall Plan similar to at the end of the Second World War, related to Bretton Woods, where we ensure that every child age 4 has access to the web, where every kid in the planet gets a little computer like the Magellan computer that you're all going to see tomorrow in Portugal. If Portugal can do this, any country can do this. We need a high-speed, next-generation telecommunications infrastructure for the planet in order to get through these huge challenges facing us in the 21st century.
This is music to my ear. I've been talking about a digital Marshall Plan, as Stephen said back in 2007 in October in Kigali, and that's why we put in place this Connect the World series, and Connect Africa was the first series that we put in place.
This is the sort of innovation that will bring ICTs to the developing world that are currently out of reach. The Portuguese government is giving these to school kids in Portugal and is going to be distributing them with the help of the ITU to developing countries and also all over the world. Now, it comes with 30 gigabytes of hard drive, an Atom processor, which is standard in most netbooks. It's also got all the software any child could need, but most importantly of all, it's got Wi-Fi internet, so children can now pester their teachers at the weekend. So much for teachers having easy working hours.
The children like very much computer. It's their computer. This is my computer. They use the computer of the father, or the mother, no, or the brother, the elder brother. No, it's my computer. And they like the computer. They can do a lot of things in the computer. And they have a lot of programs inside educational programs in Portuguese, history, mathematics, biology. You can go to play games, very different games. Teachers can make the homework on the board and they copy to the computer and then send to the teacher by internet the answers. This is a way very iterative. They work with the teacher.
There is no doubting that all of us are heavily reliant on information and communication technology. It's the sort of thing you feel most when you haven't got it. The work being done here will make sure that networks don't creak under the strain of the demands we put on them. But more importantly still, that those networks reach the people who so far haven't benefited from the information revolution.